guys, welcome to Waste Not Wednesday. I'm gonna let Zeb in the back.
I'm gonna sit on this side today.
I'm the fetcher today.
Oh, but you also gotta go straighten out the camera person.
Oh, okay. You're gonna let me touch the camera?
Well, I always try to get it pretty straight, but that's enough. That's enough. Don't touch it anymore. But it's hard because you can't. The picture's really blurry before you actually hit the live button on our end.
So we go live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. We take junk and we turn it into home decor that we use at our house or that we sell in our shop. So if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe and notifications buttons so you never miss a video. We also have tons of DIYs, farmhouse renos, and all that good stuff. Tell them what we're doing.
This is a flat mailer, and if you order specific items from us, if you get stencils or if you get the IOD flat packs, you're going to get one of these because this is what they come in. And we're going to show you kind of a fun thing. It's kind of like a heavy duty cardstock. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like cardboard, but no corrugated in the middle.
You know how your grandma saved all her boxes of packaging? She's like, but that's a good box. When you get your photo mailers, when you order the IOD transfers, the new flat ones, or if you order stencils, let me show you. Where's the white one? Okay. If you order stencils, my manufacturer ships them out directly for me. You get this kind of a mailer.
It's brown on the inside, I believe.
Yeah, it's brown on the inside.
If you want to use the brown part.
So you can also use this kind of mailer. So this is the good kind of stuff. Just like your grandma said, you want to save it, and we're going to make cones out of it and turn them into Christmas trees.
Okay, so I've just got the lid from the Saturday night thrift haul to make my circle, and this should give us about the right size that we're looking for. I might actually have to go bigger. Jamie thinks this is too big, but
I don't know.
I'll show you.
I don't know what you're doing.
You have to cut like a half circle
out
of here so that you can make a cone.
Yeah, you need a bigger circle.
I told you. These aren't going to be very big.
What about this? Is this like a circle, this basket?
No, that's not going to work. That's big enough, but I don't know that that'll work.
And then this is probably too big, right, Zeb?
Yeah, I almost need like a straight edge so I can find the middle of this too.
A straight edge. Okay, I'll get
like
you that.
Like a ruler or
Can
something.
you look at comments for me?
Yeah. Everybody's saying hi, how you doing? Waste Not Wednesdays are always fun. Oh no, Jennifer has to work 9 to 5. Zooming from home today. All right, Jennifer, well, you caught it. Jane saves all her boxes because you never know when you're going to need a box. They're, and if you have to buy a box, they're expensive. They're like a few dollars for a small box. All right, so I'm just gonna, we'll say that's the middle. I'm not very good at getting circles perfect in the middle. Okay, and then, so what you do, I've got this circle drawn on here, right? And then I kind of just cut a third of it out.
I have a straight edge.
Oh.
Vintage ruler.
Oh,
Is this
vintage
gold
metal
bigger?
ruler.
This chippy enamel bowl?
Yeah, we'll use that one on the other side. I'm going to try this one first.
This one is a little dented. This one's more round.
Hey, my line was really straight. Just saying.
Did we ever have any doubt? Where's my phone at?
Here you go.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to cut strips of fabric and get ready for that. Diane says, I'm on my way to your shop. That's awesome, Diane. We are like almost fully stocked on paint. It's not on the floor yet, but Ivy pulled out a bunch of paint because we got a bunch of DIY. So if you need any paint, we got you, girl. Let's see. Leslie said, I paid a fortune for my moving boxes. Girl,
right?
We are not going to have to buy any moving boxes. I'm
going to just put it in a trailer and drive it over there, a trailer load at a time.
But when the situation first happened, we started hoarding all the boxes. And in our basement, when Debbie came to visit, she's like, what's that corner? And I'm like, packing supplies.
They're fairly organized because Christy's in charge of that area.
Well, Eliza organized.
And Eliza has helped too, but they're very like-minded. But before it was just like piled over in the corner.
Shasta, you ordered the Snowflake IOD molds.
Awesome.
Yeah, it should. Let me check your order here. They've been in, so let's check your...
All right, I'm using my best kindergarten crafting skills. I would say that circle would have gotten me 100% in kindergarten. I had a couple little wiggles over here, but you know, just saying.
You're winning it.
I'm gonna cut the small, so I've got, I drew a line all the way through the center, and then I made a little Y over there. I'm gonna cut the small Y out first. I think that's gonna make a wide, fat
So that's too skinny.
cone. I might have to make, we're going for a Christmas tree shape.
I need a fatter part.
I may have to cut out a third of it to really get it to be the cone I want. All right, so we got a pizza pie. Okay.
All right, while you're doing that, Shasta, you should have gotten an email, but in case you didn't, your order is ready for pickup here at the shop. I was gonna say, we've had them for a while, so I don't know when the email went out, but maybe it went to your junk.
All right, that's like an emergency.
October 21st, you got an email. So, but yeah, come anytime. It's ready and waiting for you.
That's
We
like
are sold out online, but I do have them here because I saved one for me. So I thought we might use the new molds today.
All right, so this is an emergency cone shape. I'm gonna have to cut out more than a pizza disc.
Oh, it's not gonna work?
No, it will work. I'm
Okay.
just gonna cut out.
I'm ripping fabric strips. This is just an old piece of ticking stripe because I'm gonna do a rag one. I know that Jane is gonna love that one. I've got some grain sacks and I'm gonna wrap my cone in fabric scraps. I always like to do Christmas crafting with cardboard. Shasta says she'll come in soon. Awesome. We have so much fun stuff. Maybe come in with blinders on. Because if you haven't been here for a while, the shop is looking good. I reorganized the whole thing. Where can you find free boxes? Behind grocery stores. Also, let all your friends know that shop on the Amazon that you're going to need boxes and they'll collect them for you. I order a lot of things for the farmhouse from Amazon if I can't get them at my local hardware store. And we've been ordering like plumbing fixtures. And the box is like yay big that the plumbing fixture's in, right? And then they just throw it in an Amazon box with no packing around it, just loose. And the Amazon box is this big. So whenever that happens, we bring those in. And if you've ordered from jrvhome.com, we have, you may have gotten something shipped in canned light fixture boxes.
We had a lot of those.
Because we have like, what, over 60 can lights in the edition.
I don't think it's quite 60, but it's
I
a
ordered
lot.
10 boxes of 6. I brought 10 boxes of 6 and you said you needed a few more.
Oh yeah, I did. I did. Okay, so this is working. I basically cut the pizza pie shape out, right? And then now I'm left with half a circle, and this is, so basically you want about a third of your circle to make a good cone shape, and that's a little short, so we're gonna go with a bigger one.
All right, we're gonna use the enamel pan, which we have these enamel authentic bowls at jrvhome.com if you need to make a circle.
I think we could still glue this one together though and make it work for a
Yeah,
little
well, I
tray.
want varying sizes.
Okay.
And I want them kind of skinny. I was also thinking you could use this for like a shape. Also, Mariah, since you do live in a small mining town, I bet you there's a lot of people ordering all their Christmas stuff on the internet.
Okay, so hot glue is the winner of the day. We're gonna see if I can glue this together.
I'm looking for grain sack scraps. There we go.
In a timely manner.
This isn't gonna do anything for me, so. If Zeb ever fixes my sewing machine, you guys might see me make grain sack stockings.
If is, you know, I've got my list is so long right now.
This is true. I'm probably better to just buy a new one.
Or give up sewing for like 2 months.
I'll gladly give up sewing. But the people want grain sack stockings.
Okay, so I just glued down the side, and we've got a cone, all right?
We are making Christmas trees out of cardboard mailers that you get when you order from JamiRayVintage.com.
So it doesn't look like much yet, just a brown paper cone. But the hot glue is working really well to hold that shape, because this is pretty stiff paper. Like I said, it's almost like cardboard.
Rhonda, if you've got chips in Tiger Oak, you could possibly replace the veneer.
Yeah, it's usually
if you don't
a
want to
veneer.
paint it, or use a stainable wood filler. It's hard to get it to look perfect. Depends on how big the chips are. Robin says, although your new neighbors might wonder why you buy liquor by the case. Yeah, especially here in Utah. All right, I think I've got enough of those going. I will get started while Zeb's cutting more trees on mine. Will the glue gun reach over here, sweetie?
Or they may just show up expecting you to have a party going on.
Yeah, they're like, where's the party?
What are you needing? The hot glue gun?
Pretty Peach Cosmetics said, I worked at a sewing store in Layton. They will fix your machine. I actually never thought about that. I don't ever have people fix my stuff.
I usually am on top of it, but right now...
But I guess there are people that do it. It probably would be cheaper than buying a new one. My machine was like $500 when I bought it.
Yeah, it's probably worth fixing.
Do you have to use a top coat on kitchen cabinets? Yes. So
I would.
We use Sweet Pickens top coat, but if you want something a little shinier, then I would do, I'm wondering if I want to twist
So on
this.
our other kitchen, the kitchen where we live at now, we use Big Top.
No, we used Sweet Pickens top. Oh,
We use Big Top in the kitchen
we used
now.
polyacrylic. We used Big Top in our
What's that
bathroom
called?
and our laundry
Oh,
room.
the bathroom. We did so many makeovers,
I
like,
wonder if I
close
should
together
twist
there.
this or just do flat.
I give
think
it a
flat.
little... Yeah, you can do flat. That'll give it, like, some more frayed edges. The twist might not be bad to try, though. Although flat looks like you're going to have a struggle.
Don't worry,
'Cause it's
I
not
never
laying.
have struggles.
It's not laying down.
I
good.
saw this on Pinterest, so it must be easy to do, right? That looks good.
That is not true.
All
Pinterest
right.
crafts are, Pinterest crafts are more often Pinterest fails.
I will not fail. All right, I'm going to try twisting it. Deborah says she's excited to see the results. Me too. We'll see how many of these we get done.
Oh, I'm going to just be over here cutting out because you're a whirlwind with the scissors and the hot glue, so I doubt I can keep these cut
do
out
have-
faster than you can make them.
A degree in hot glue. I use it for a lot of things.
All right, ruler, I'm just going to,
So
so
I'm
this...
just twisting it and gluing it.
Oh, you're doing a full... Oh, I see how you're twisting. Gotcha.
I used to make
So this is
turbos
14
like
and a quarter, so 7 1/8 is the center. I'll find it over here on this side. We'll see, because I had to fight that other one just a little bit to find.
Oh, go top to bottom? Well, that would have been good to know before I got started. We'll see how this works. I mean, you guys get the idea. Generally, we show you what to do and what not to do, and then you guys do way better.
Yes.
I've loved when we made those little Christmas villages. I've loved
so
seeing
many
all your
villages.
guys' takes on them. All right, so first round done. Looks like a little brain sack party hat. All right. Let's try the second one. Just gonna put a lot of glue on here.
I might be able to get 2 bigger ones out of this.
Yeah, I'm glad I twisted it because it gives it more texture, don't you think?
Yeah.
Leslie said, I belong to a wine club. I've gotten cases of wine before. I like it. If you're into stuff, being in a club, you get a discount. Kind of like when you do our subscription boxes, which I promise I'm working on January's. I just have to come up with something phenomenal, and so far nothing is like that is the thing. And you can't rush creativity. Zeb, sometimes when I have to come up with new...
I rush it.
Zeb's like, you need to come up with new stencil designs. I'm like, listen, one day I'll wake up and the design will, like the inspiration hits, and for like 2 hours I'll sketch them all out and be done. And that's pretty much how it happens every time. If I try to push it, then I spend hours sitting there staring at blank paper. All right.
Okay, let me borrow this hot glue gun back from you.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to be a fancy...
It's fancy.
Cardboard tree.
We're getting there. Well, the goal is that it no longer looks like cardboard.
Yeah, you want to hide all the cardboard.
Oh, Jen says she bought my top and she loves it. Thanks. It is a fun top. I like that it's a busy pattern, so if I get crap on me, you can't tell. I also feel like it hides my leftovers from 5 children. You can pick this top up at jrvhome.com with free shipping.
I need to look into that top. I've got leftovers from 5 children.
I don't know if we have your size in this top. Maybe. Sandy says, I get my best ideas driving alone. Quiet brings creativity. True. I am very seldom ever driving by myself. At least not for long. Today, as soon as I'm done, please give details about the brick roller. I want to buy it. So the brick roller from IOD that you can get at jamirayvintage.com is a big foam roller, and it's got like the brick pattern on it. You put your lightweight like joint compound on your wall, smooth it out. You have to use a laser level on one side so it shoots a line, and then you take the roller and go along the laser level, and then the impression of the brick will be put in there, and it's like a little bit imperfect, which makes it look more authentic. And there are instructions on our website. If they're not, I'll make sure Caitlin puts them, because IOD did a video and wrote down very extensive instructions. I shared them on the Jami Ray Vintage Facebook group, but I can do that again. The laser level is really important though when you're using that, because you want it to be level. Debbie tried to do it without the laser level.
So
Didn't work.
we have a laser level. It's a Ryobi. It was like $18 at Home Depot.
Was that the one we used to put up our lights?
No, that one was $70.
Oh.
That's actually a measuring tape. It can measure out to 65 feet. A measuring laser. The laser level I'm talking about is the one we use to put up all of the pictures in the bedroom.
Oh.
You suction it to the wall and it shoots across.
Thanks, Maria. She likes my shirt. We actually have a few different Be Kind shirts. We have this one, and then we have like a graphic tee. Jean's actually wearing the graphic tee today. Sometimes I need this shirt so that way I can remember to be kind. It's not really for everybody else. It's more like a note to self, Jami. Be nice. All right. I'm just twisting as I go along, kind of haphazardly.
All right. I'm trying to make them a little more pointy.
My sister and I call those children leftovers. Yeah, I've had a few kids, so. And Zeb was always very sympathetic when I was pregnant. I never had to gain weight alone.
Never.
I'm super hormonal.
Well, when you got snacks, I also have snacks. That's like a given.
Karen says Alabama here too. Hello, Karen from Alabama. Sweet home, Alabama. All right, we're getting there. You guys like that? I think that's cute. The ones I saw, you could also use yarn. So if you're a knitter, the yarn ones are super cute. I actually do have velvet ones coming for the shop. I ordered them. So just like those velvet pumpkins that everybody loved, I've been waiting very patiently for my velvet Christmas trees.
All right, this one's taller and skinnier. Let me borrow that.
Okay. You could also use drop cloth for this. So I'm using leftover grain sack, which is fun because you get the red and blue and a lot of texture. But you could also use leftover drop cloth, and if you're good at sewing, you could run it through your machine and gather it, and then just hot glue ruffles, which I think would be really cute. I don't have that kind of patience, so instead of ruffles, I got twists, but there's an option. Oh darn, the XL sold out of the Be Kind. Leslie, I can try to order more. I had to order like 30 of these though when I ordered them, so we'll see if I can get a smaller quantity. But I've got your email. I'll let you know if they get in. Kanice says couples who snack together. Zeb and I snack together.
We do.
What do we eat in bed almost every night?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. And Zeb's very patient with me. I like to dig through and find the half pops. And if he finds them, he hands them to me.
It's a rule.
It's a rule.
I don't like them. I mean, I don't hate them, but.
Cool Cake says Zeb tried quarter circles for very skinny trees.
All right. So that one is about a quarter circle here. Well, we're probably like
yeah, I wanted
30%
skinnier.
of a circle, not quite a third.
Skinnier and taller, but we're getting there.
Okay. So I have this one here that's basically 2 pizza slices.
2 pizzas. I love that everything's food this morning. You ate breakfast. I made you toast.
Yeah, and I had a bowl of cereal before the
Although
toast.
Zeb, I buttered the toast and Zeb put the jam on, and your piece of toast had twice as much strawberry jam.
I was just putting jam on like you put jam on, you know? My
Like,
jam just went all the way to the edges of everywhere.
well, the butter all the way to the edges. I use like a quarter stick of butter per piece of sourdough toast because I like to butter every edge.
This one's going to be tight, so I'm going to do a little pre-roll on this one. And you can see where I had to kind of is a little crinkled. That's why it's fun to put stuff on them.
Almost done.
Oh, you've almost got that one. That's a little shorty tree.
It's a little squatty tree situation. All right, so I'm going to bring this to the top and kind of pinch it together. And then cut that edge. And then what I want to do is glue this edge down. Wait till it dries a little so I don't burn my little fingers. There we go. Okay, this is my first grain sack tree. Now what I'm wondering is, can I make little ornaments?
Are you gonna do little ornaments?
Yeah, so I was thinking about just taking, I think that'll work.
Little pops of color.
Little pops of color. So this is just leftover ticking stripe, which if you make anything with grain sacks, ticking stripe is your friend because it just really pairs well with grain sacks. It's a little bit less expensive, so you can stretch your grain sacks further when you're sewing like pillows and stuff. And this works, the ticking stripe makes great ruffles. So I'm just tying little knots in my ticking stripe. And I think those are a little long, but they'll do. I could tie bows, but ain't nobody got time for that. I don't know about that. This is like a different shade of red.
Is it? Oh.
I wonder if I have...
Yeah, that's more of like a pinkish red, and the other one's kind of like a maroon red.
Don't worry. I have other options. I don't know about that.
Blue.
This is, in case you're wondering, this is my grain sack scrap basket.
Never throw the scraps away.
Never. You can make coasters. You can make all kinds of things. I'm just wondering if I have any other...
Okay, so that one, 2 pizza slices is the
this is
winner
the
for the
break.
tall, skinny trees.
Jane says now she'll have to make a tree with her grain sack. Jane buys our European grain sacks all the time.
Those little mittens were cool that I saw you do.
Yeah, those were super cute, little mitten garland that Jane made.
If you haven't seen them, she posted them in the Jami and Ray Vintage group.
Okay. I did not tear a very straight line there. Okay. If you're wanting to buy a grain sack, we do sell them at jrbhome.com. We have the American grain sacks, which is what this is, and the European ones.
There's a tall, skinny one for you.
All right, you should probably get started doing whatever you're doing.
Oh.
They're probably tired of seeing me
I'm
rip
just
fabric.
making trees.
Well, I'll make some trees while you craft.
I'm going to...
What are you going to do first? Are we going to do molds, or are we going to do decoupage?
I actually think I'm going to stencil this and just see what it looks like stenciled.
So you're going to stencil it flat first?
Yes, flat first, and then I'll roll it and see.
Okay.
It might be cool painted and then stenciled.
Well, I was thinking decoupage then stencil.
Okay.
So I would do, this is the vintage ads that we sell. It actually comes, let me show you what the full size is. This is just leftover from another project.
How many of those do we have left? Do we have a bunch of those
like
still?
6 of these, 8 of the trolley ones. So this is how big this one is. It's like $6 for that sheet.
We have some new stuff coming out, so
yeah, we're working on it.
Be patient here. I'm doing it in the wee hours of the night when I'm not working on the farmhouse.
Decoupage that on, and then you can stencil. These are the JRB stencils. This is the Christmas mini pack. This is really good for small things. We do have some more stencils that are coming out very quickly.
Stencils or?
Yeah, stencils. Just like a mini release.
Oh.
For
yes.
a certain, popular shopping day coming up. So we're gonna give it to our retailers. I think it'll be up today or tomorrow for the retailers to buy, and then we'll have it up in a few weeks.
So I'm just finding center again over here. I was trying to do it with the back end from 36 down, and my brain wouldn't do that math right now.
Lisa says she wishes she would have bought more of the metal roses we had. I can see if my manufacturer, well, they don't actually manufacture them, but the picker that I get them from, if they have more, but I think I bought all that they had last time. Okay, maybe I'll just do one on the top. Should I do like lots of these on here? What do you guys think? Okay, one on the top and then done? Or should I do like a bunch all over? I'm thinking a bunch all over would be cute. All of our stencils ship directly from my manufacturer unless they're going international, and then we do that because my shipping team is really good at international stuff. A bunch all over, that's what Cool Cake says, so that's what I'm going to do. I agree with you, Cool Kate.
So I've got a half circle here, and I'm doing my best to just make it into 2 half circles.
So Leslie, I think when you log in, you can see past orders, but I will check and see if that's an option. Caitlin would know because she handles the website stuff. We do have a wish list option on both of our websites, jamirayvintage.com and jrvhome.com. So if people are asking you what you want for Christmas, you can fill out a wish list and then send it to them, kind of like those Amazon wish lists.
So I'm looking for the liquid patina.
It's right here.
Way up front. There it is.
Okay, so he's going to be decoupaging. This tissue paper you can decoupage with liquid patina, big top, or Sweet Pickins top coat because it's really thin.
It's almost like a napkin.
Yeah, if you were using it like Mara from Vintage Retail Therapy does it on shoes, I would probably only use the liquid patina because it's thicker, but on crafting, you really could use any of those top coats. Oh, Creative Business Skills, Down South Trading Company.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Make sure you email creativebusiness@jamirayvintage.com. Let Mariah know your Facebook name, your Facebook email, and she can get you added to our business coaching group. We go live every Tuesday in business coaching. And then you get all the regular channel member stuff too. So make sure you hit up community and you can find the most recent printables and live videos from the regular channel membership. Okay, Juna, when painting a wall with Sweet Pickins, what do you seal the wall with? So if you're using, I would use Farmhouse Finishes Safe Paint. That's made for painting walls. And I would just make sure your wall is nice and clean. If it's got a shiny paint on it, I would maybe just run over it with your orbital sander to knock that down and then just paint. If you're just painting like a regular wall that doesn't have a super shiny finish, you can just paint directly over it. We used Farmhouse Finishes on our floors. You could also just use like a primer first too.
All right, so I got my piece of cardboard and I cut my decoupage paper out to fit. Oop. Got it wrinkly because I shifted it.
All right, I'm going to show you guys. I'm getting these little bows on here. They're cute.
And that essentially on this cardboard glued it really quick, but I'm going to do a coat over the top and then we'll set it over to the side to dry. And then I'm going to glue it together.
I like my fabric a little thinner.
So this particular decoupage paper is just like an old newspaper ad.
Thanks, Jane. She says she loves this.
All right.
I actually thought about you, Jane, when I was planning this craft at 9:30 this morning, right before we went live. So this is what happened.
I had something I wanted to do.
But we didn't actually have the stencils you thought we had.
No, I thought we had larger stencils than we did. So maybe we'll have to create some even larger ones.
We do have some larger ones coming. Happy Waste Not Wednesday.
Happy Waste Not Wednesday, Leslie.
Okay.
It is a Happy Waste Not Wednesday.
I'm happy to not be putting in flooring.
So I'm like 2/3 of the way done with the downstairs electrical. And then we'll move upstairs, hopefully get a good chunk of that done today. And then maybe finish electrical up tomorrow. Chase a couple loose ends on like I got to frame a wall in our bathroom in the shower. And we should be ready for the 4-way inspection, hopefully Friday, Monday at the latest.
We're working on getting that done. And I'm like 65-70% done with the flooring, so.
I believe I calculated it out and you're right at 62%.
62%. All right, here's my little grain sack one. I think it's really cute. I'm gonna do a, I wish I had more skinny, taller.
I can make a skinny tall one.
Well, this one's already fat, so I feel like I need to make a set of 3 fat ones.
Or you could just wrap them thinner. Like I think the twisting of the grain sack added a lot of girth.
Well, they gotta match then.
Okay.
All right, let me look at this, and I think I'm gonna use these. You can have that one.
I get the tall skinny one?
Yep.
Okay.
Anna says she's tagging her Christmas stuff for her booth while she watches this. Are we getting excited? Yes and no.
I've basically been living there for the last year and a half, so it feels like we've been working on it a year and a half, which we did a lot of the demo, but we didn't get permits from the city to
Shh, don't tell people that.
to start working until November 8th.
Then they know we started demo without permits.
Oh, well, that's fine.
I'm gonna do a
you
whole
can start
strip.
tearing walls out. You're okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Angela says, super cute. This is a great idea to do with my niece. If you're working with kids, they make low temp glue guns. It's what Eliza uses. So you might want to try that. Or keep some ice water handy when you're doing, oh, this is going to take a hot minute with this fabric. If you have ice water handy and you put your finger directly in the ice water after you glue it, it'll keep you from getting a burnt finger. I
Or
learned
just
that
do a
from
lot
Miss
of-
Martha Stewart herself.
Yeah.
She's like, I never burn myself because I always have ice water.
Or you just get like a fun little callus on your finger where you always burn it. Like when Jami does a lot of upholstery, she doesn't even worry about it.
Right now I have calluses from the nail gun and hammer. I have like a little like hard spots on my hand, but I'm gonna keep those because I need to finish it. So once it's done, then I'll work on putting lotion and getting rid of my hands, not like construction worker.
All right. So there's another piece of that newspaper. This one is almost dry. The trick is going to be neatly gluing these because those ones I knew you were wrapping them, so I didn't care as much.
Just make sure to stencil something. I got it. The trick is to roll it off. Fast.
So did you burn yourself again?
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Let this one sit over here for a minute.
I know they make fingertip protectors, but I have a really hard time working with things on my hands. I should wear gloves when I'm picking up the wood flooring so I don't get splinters. I don't, and I have splinters all in my hands. They work themselves out eventually.
So if you wanted taller ones than this, you could open up your mailer or whatever you're using, and then just take your circle. You can use a big circle and take your circle off of the actual cardboard because you only need like a third of this to get a good cone shape, and you could make a pretty tall one, I think.
Jennifer says that she feels like she should put Christmas music on in the background. We have Christmas happening outside. We got snow flurries off and on.
Yeah.
But next week we're going to be in the 50s.
You know, is there a rolling pin to roll this? That might help me.
Do I have a rolling pin?
You know, the top of that old IOD
Do you
tape
know
would
who you're
work.
talking to? I got one right here.
Okay. I'm just thinking that might help me get a good roll going.
I should be using them for pies, but instead.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. You keep me busy at the farmhouse.
So I'm using the rolling pin. I thought it might help to not get the actual crinkles where it like bends the cardboard to help it roll a little more naturally around something. I probably should stencil these first though before I get. Can you hand me the little mini pack over there?
I handed it to you. It's right there.
Oh, it's right here. I missed that.
It's okay. Jennifer says we had amazing weather over the last few days. We had really good weather like a week ago.
So this is the mini pack. You can kind of see all the stuff that's in there.
Have you thought about making a horse stencil and transfer? You know what? We do have a horse stencil, a small one. We have a farm animal mini pack.
Equestrian is popular.
Equestrian is popular, and that's the only horse stencil that we currently have. But if you love farm animals, the farm animal mini pack from JRV Stencils is going to give you a lot of different animals. I feel like a lot of times you get the cow, the sheep, the pig, and that's it. So we have the cow, the sheep, the pig. There's a duck. There's a horse. I think there's a rabbit.
Should I go with black on this or should I do red? I think I should do...
But I do love horses, so maybe we'll come out with something equestrian.
What about, like, what color? Red, green, black, white?
What? I would not do white. I would say
I'm leaning
green.
red. Oh, look at
Salty
you.
Kiss would be good.
All right, hand me the Salty Kiss. We'll do it.
Do
We'll
you have
try.
a stencil brush over there?
Yeah, I got the whole pack of brushes over here.
Okay.
So I've got the Snowflake out of this mini pack. And let's long.
Jasmine lives in Kentucky, so the Derby is big there. I will put that on the consideration list for January's release. We usually do a big release like first of the year, spring, summertime, and then again in the fall. And then we usually have 1 or 2 small releases throughout the year.
If you're having struggle with your stencils, I've seen a few people in the group recently having a little bit of an issue, or they used a thinner paint. Just, you know, you want your brush to have color on it, but almost dry. I think I can swirl on this. I think I've got it.
People keep asking us where we're gonna get into the farmhouse. Will you be there by Christmas? I'm like, listen.
We're gonna be there by
decorating.
Thanksgiving because the old part of the house is just waiting for final inspection. It's basically ready to go.
I'm gonna live there if we have to camp out on the family room floor, there will be Christmas at the farmhouse because that's where I'm decorating, so.
All the heaters work. It actually keeps it, the heaters will turn off during the day. It actually keeps it about 70 degrees in the house, even without insulation. And it was 18 degrees the other night, and it was nice and warm in there. Like when I'm working, we're having to take our jackets off, and it's getting hot. Like Jamie's been opening the windows upstairs to let a breeze come through because she's sweating to death doing the flooring.
Yeah, I have to bring extra shoes, not my winter boots, and I usually take my coat off. But we also did like spray foam insulation already on all the cracks and seams. I did that. That's when I had spray foam insulation in my hair. I feel like that helps out a ton.
It did. Well, and we've got the sheeting on the side of the house, and then the siding is done. Ooh, that was way too juicy. I might have just ruined it. I was talking about all the things we've done and did not offload. We're going straight up. Hey, it only bled through a little bit. Okay, now the trick is going to be, can I do this good? I'm gonna dry this out real fast. I think I'm gonna do one with red too. So if you want to see red, that's coming.
Oh, that's cute.
This DIY paint, when it's thin like this, it dries super quick.
Jane Brown says that's cute. I always have a Christmas tree up and decorated by the middle of November because when you do blogging and videos, you gotta do it ahead of time. If you wait till after Thanksgiving, then people have already decided what they're gonna do.
They've already decorated.
And I don't mind because I take mine down like the day after Christmas. So it's not like I get tired of it. I actually haven't even busted out the Christmas boxes. I just have my tree up because it's actually been in the farmhouse basement for a while. Last year, I actually think we just put it in there after Christmas.
All right, can you hand me, the marquee is over there somewhere.
Oh, Jamie said Penny said lavender oil helps. It does help because it helps with burns. What do you need?
Marquee.
It's getting skinny.
That's okay. It's perfectly thick for stenciling.
Have more. I was going to say, if you guys are wanting to do Christmas present buying this year, whether you order from one of our websites or somebody else, I would not wait till the last minute because the post office, UPS, with the situation, they're already bombarded. And so you want to make sure you get your stuff done and ordered in plenty of time. Caitlin asked me to tell people that. Because we can ship it as quick as we can ship it, but we can't control when it gets to the post office.
Yeah, once the post office has it, or UPS or whatever, unless it's like a extra shipping, like priority kind of thing, it's going to get there when they can get it through their system.
This is such a great use of fabric when you have like those little skinny strips left after a project. You're like, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to make some fabric flowers to put on this once I get it covered. Oh, lavender also keeps it from scarring. We actually sell a French lavender that's very high quality essential oil on the JRV Home website. It's made for us by, come on, what's the company? Can't remember. It's private labeled by a big essential oil. It's not me in my back room making lavender essential oil. We also have a lemon oil too for getting those pesky
I have
Your
another
store
name
has
and that's stuck in my head. I know what it is too.
If I went and grabbed a bottle that says Soulful Essence, they're the ones who
are.
make my oils. And the lavender oil has, the smaller one has a really pretty new label that we designed. And the lemon oil has a watercolor by Zeb on it.
Okay.
Zeb, I bought the horse you painted in weathered wood. It's gorgeous.
Oh,
Jana says.
awesome.
Anytime I find horses, I buy them.
Okay, now the trick is going to be, can I roll these up and glue them good?
You're going to go through a lot of glue. I've already gone through almost a whole stick this size, so be prepared. Lucky for me, I am prepared with hot glue.
Ooh, heating that up makes that a little more pliable.
I think
Who knew?
you could probably do this. I don't think you could use cardboard boxes to do this. You really need like the mailers.
If you were going to do them big, maybe, but this size.
Maybe the cheap cardboard box. Cereal boxes. That's
yeah.
about the right.
That's the same thickness as this mailer almost.
So if you don't have these, if you have cereal boxes, I would actually cover them in brown paper bags first, like Mod Podget, so that way you get rid of the Tony the Tiger. But you could use cereal boxes.
Or just use the inside. I think the inside of most cereal boxes is just brown these days, unless they have something.
Option.
Unless they have something printed on the inside, which sometimes they do.
You're smart. That is good. Yeah, sometimes they have coupons on the inside of boxes. I get my cereal at the Costco because there's 8 people that live in our house and there are no coupons inside the Costco cereal boxes.
Did I get some? Oh, I got some liquid patina on the rolling pin.
Poster boards from the dollar store.
There you go.
Also an option. But I just thought these mailers that you guys are getting with the new IOD transfers and your stencils are just really high quality. So I was trying to come up with a good idea to use them. Oh, Jane says she loves the red.
The red is looking good.
I actually do like the red. I think I like it better than the green. I almost think I'd like the green better if we used like aviary.
Yeah.
Like a more muted green.
Well, so this.
You could put black wax on it.
So what happens with the Salty Kiss when it dries out is it's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
So
you
if you don't seal it, if you seal it, it's going to go back darker again. But if you're not sealing it, it stays like a lighter.
So was it last year, Zeb, that we made all of our own Christmas ornaments?
I believe so. Yeah, maybe
So
2 years ago now.
Look on our playlist for Christmas, but legit, last year or the year before, we made every single ornament on our tree. All of them. We used clay and made ornaments with air dry clay. Not air dry. Was it air dry?
Yes.
And we used cardboard. We took cheap IKEA ornaments and Zeb glittered the heck out of them. But that you can make. I actually think the homemade Christmas trees, if you use the right products to like zhuzh it up, are cuter than what you can buy at the store. You just gotta have time.
So I'm just taking my fingers and rolling the edge right here where it's going to glue together so that I don't have a seam or a weird bend.
If one of you guys is a seamstress and wants to make ruffle strips out of their fabric and make Christmas trees, would you please do that and then show me in the group? Because in my mind, that would be beautiful. But also in my life, I'm not gonna have time to make ruffles. Maybe Mariah can. Mariah, can you do that for me? Make some so I can see what they look like. Be cute. Mariah is an excellent seamstress. All the things that I'm not great at, Mariah is good at. We always say with our powers combined. All right, put this off here.
The top part is what I'm struggling with. The bottom is easy to get together, and then I have like this
That is weird.
opening at the top.
Do you need to like iron it maybe?
No.
I do have an iron here. I don't iron at home, but I do save it for prepping. Okay. And it's very important when you get to the top that you put glue on it and make a point. That way you get a nice Christmas tree top. Okay, so there's this one. You can kind of see them together.
So
Get what I'm doing here.
Borrow your glue there.
All right, I'm gonna make, I think this one is going to get some flowers for decorations. Zeb, use a pencil, Misty said.
Oh,
It's in my eye.
maybe on the next one. I'm too late. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm gluing the top first, and then I'm gonna go glue the bottom down.
And we have some burlap. We can like tie something at the top or whatever.
But I will try a pencil. I have my ooh, it's opening
Lisa
back
said
up.
she bought plain white towels from Amazon and she's gonna make some gifts with JRV stencils. That is awesome. If you, this grain sack is really hard to rip. If you wind up doing that, make sure that you let your paint dry for 24 hours, then use a heat iron at the setting that's appropriate for your fabric. I usually put something in between my iron and my fabric and then heat set it, and just let people know, like, use another towel. Use this as decor, because obviously if you wash them over time, they're gonna fade. So when I'm making roses out of fabric, I start with a knot. Oops. And you can actually use the same technique to make hair bows. So if you have little girls that love hair bows,
I have red on my fingers and I
this is
got
so
red on there.
cute to do with fabric, especially if you've sewn them a little dress and you've got a little fabric left over. You can make a coordinating little clippy for their hair.
Okay, so it glued, but then it popped open because I didn't hold it together good enough.
When you're done with that,
We're going lots of glue.
you can create a ruffle as you glue the fabric. All right, I'll try it on the next one. I bet you I could. So when my girls were little, I sewed them many skirts for holidays because we didn't have a lot of money, and I never had a pattern, and I would just make a little waistband, and I would take the hem on the bottom and I would put like a big strip of coordinating fabric on the bottom, and then have like a block of fabric this big, a strip of fabric this big, and then sew them together so the seam was on the inside, because I told you I'm not a great seamstress. And then I'd put the elastic in the top, and they always had like either a cute little belt or they wore their shirt on the outside so people couldn't see my poor sewing skills. Then I would always take my leftover fabric and make them flowers.
So I need a sign. You know how you have those signs that say this side up? I need a sign that says this side front.
This side front.
It ended up okay, but I still have a little crease in the top. But I think if you had these like up on a shelf or something.
I kind of wonder if we took our steamer and steamed them, if you could. I think that's fine though.
Yeah, it looks good.
I feel like my fabric is an easier option. All right, let's IOD one. You can't have this one though.
I got to glue together this other one. How long have we
Actually,
been
no,
live?
you can use that one and I'll use this one for the ruffle one.
We got 13 minutes to figure this out. Here's my other one. Let me
I
get
have
this
as
one
long as
glued.
it's going to take because I'm going to make these pretty cute.
All right. No, you have 13 minutes.
You can make a garland with a red ticking, just not at every inch. That would be cute. All right. I think this is probably about as big as this flower needs to be. And then I
Rolling
just
pin is helping.
So you have your little tail, right? So to help hold this flower together so it doesn't come apart, you're going to take the hot glue it on the bottom, and then put the tail underneath and kind of use the tail to cover the back of the bottom. And then you've got a nice hot glue sandwich, and that will keep your flower together. And then you can just trim off any excess. This one has a little bit more than I want on the strings. And I'm just going to hot glue this on my little tree. Use a glue stick as a roller.
That might work because I don't know where an actual pencil is, and I have this construction pencil that just happened to be in my pocket because I've been using it this morning.
All right, I'm going to help you for a second because we should probably paint that before we IOD it.
Okay. What color?
Green. Do you have?
Let's see if you can paint with a stencil brush. I bet you can.
I'm sure. Are you challenging me?
No, because it's going to be easy.
Yeah. I just want to paint it so that way if we have any showing underneath the molds. So this is what I'm thinking, Zeb. We'll put the molds on there, then we'll paint it with Salty Kiss, and then we'll use white wax, kind of like snow, to bring out the detail in the molds.
Okay.
It doesn't actually matter if it's neat because it's going to be covered with molds.
Pass me another one of those glue sticks and we'll see if I can get this to go.
Well, I have my hands full.
Well, when you're done.
Okay. Like it's gonna be a second.
No, I need it right now.
Right meow. I don't know why we say that. Zeb says it all the time, right
It's
meow.
from Super Troopers.
Super Troopers.
Which I've never seen, but I have a friend that says it all the time, and he showed me the clip on YouTube, and it's hilarious.
Alright.
He basically pulls a guy over, and the other officer challenges him to say meow 10 times. So, he does.
Alright, I think I'm going to do more roses on this, but I'm going to get started on this one and see if I, oh I got,
Leslie,
I'm going to have to put a rose right there because
I don't have a pencil. I can guarantee you there's one not over there.
You could use the end of
You know what? I have the end of this Sharpie.
There's also that.
I do have a Sharpie in my pocket as well. I'm using it to mark all the home runs for the electrical.
The home runs for the electrical?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Basically, so I can label it in the circuit box.
I think I'm going to do this because I have a lot of this already ripped.
I'm just labeling it so it says this one goes to the downstairs bathroom. This line goes to the downstairs lights. This is the downstairs master bedroom. Or what are we calling that? Master suite.
It's the guest suite.
The guest
You keep
suite.
calling it the downstairs master.
It is a downstairs master. Like when I get old and no longer want to go up those 17 steps to the second story because we had to have 9-foot ceilings, I will move in down the stairs.
Okay, but for right now it's a downstairs guest suite. But downstairs master also works. You're right, you can gather with hot glue.
Okay, so that did help kind of form this something pointy up in the top of the little tree. Now I'm ready to glue. Look at that. It's almost ready just without gluing it.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I might do a whole bunch of trees just with
All
the gathered.
All right, I'm gonna let you do that next one, and then I will.
Oh, you
I'm gonna
need.
glue
Go
my
ahead.
tree.
I'm gonna be a hot minute.
All right.
All right, so this is the gather. Is that not the cutest thing ever? Whoever commented to just use the hot glue to gather it, genius. You are now my best friend. Because I love gathers and ruffles, but I don't like making them with the sewing machine. And the thing about doing it like this is you get the nice thickness on it. And so it won't take as much fabric. Okay, let's see if I can. I love that you guys are patient with me when we're doing things that we've never done before.
That's what
Live.
Wednesdays are for. We're like, what scrap stuff that we don't want to throw away
What
can we
not
use?
mess up on live TV?
Okay, so that worked out pretty well to do it with the pencil up or the Sharpie. Well,
Same as it never was. Says I'm going to do a farmhouse ornaments video, and I love the trees. Awesome. I love, you know, what'd be so cute is to do a little village of trees, and then use the idea we had for those salt box houses that we made, and then do a little village of houses in your
do
trees.
we still have any salt box houses?
We have a couple for sale at JRB Home.
But are they here? Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they're on the floor. Do you want me to get them so we
I
can
think
show
it would
them?
be cool to like show
We'll
them
show
together.
you what they look like together with the houses. Yeah, I have a couple that haven't sold yet. Leslie said, I bought the IOD molds and clay and Dollar Tree ornaments. Awesome. Oh, I was going to say, some people, so we did a flash sale for IOD. It's the only one we're doing for Black Friday, and it ended this morning. And some people said they didn't get the notice for that. If you guys have not signed up for the Jami Ray Vintage newsletter,
The email is the most secure way to get it.
I put it on Facebook and everything, but Facebook, Instagram, all the social media, they filter what you see. So if you sign up for the email, you'll never miss anything. And here's a little secret. The first time you sign up for the JamiRayVintage.com email list, you get a 10% off coupon that's good on everything except DIY paint. So if you missed out on that IOD sale and you want to get some IOD at a discount, pro tip, sign up for our newsletter. You'll get a welcome email with a 10% discount code, and you can save 10% on anything.
It just doesn't work on DIY paint.
And the discount code is not good when we have a sale. So it's not like you can save it for when we have a sale and get 10% off of that.
Yeah, they don't combine.
If they do combine, you'll get a cute little email from Kate that says, you can't do that, we're going to have to invoice you. So, there's your little, yeah, the code's only good for JamiRayVintage.com.
All right.
Are you ready? You want to do snowflakes on it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this is the Snowflake Mold. A lot of you guys have already bought it. They are sold out with IOD.
We
and on their
saved one
website.
for ourselves, I think.
Yes, and I actually have, there was a retailer that wasn't able to get some that I saved a couple for her. So I actually need to email her so she can have those. But if you
Okay.
can't get the Snowflake molds, there's also a ton of IOD molds that we carry on our website that would be super cute. You don't necessarily have to do Christmas on your Christmas trees. I kind of like mixing things that aren't Christmas.
So I really love resin in the molds, but for something like this, this IOD air dry clay is great for just wrapping stuff around. You can get it glued on.
It's going to be cute because you did snowflakes on these, so it's going to be like a really great little
Although
trio. Get it? Trio.
a trio,
I'm punny.
you must really love trio because I was looking through our stuff and our stencils, and you name a lot of things trio.
Well, because here's the thing.
You like to
You
sell
ready?
things in threes.
Yes, and odd numbers are pleasing to the eye. So when you decorate, a set of 3 always looks better than a set of 2.
It must have, the heater must not have been on in here. This clay is like
Yeah,
Cool.
I just turned the
Nearly-
heater on. For
nearly
some reason, it
frozen.
turns itself off. Kind of obsessed with the ruffle, you guys. But I also like the twist. I like the different textures that you get from the different techniques.
Do we have any cornstarch over there to put on here?
Caitlin says that most stencils are named by Bethany. That's my manufacturer.
Jamie,
It's true. What?
cornstarch. Do we have any?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are, the snowflakes are actually best done with resin because they're so deep.
They have tons and tons of detail. Look at these.
We actually have a giant container of cornstarch that we haven't busted into yet that somebody, one of our followers, mailed to us from Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Because they're like, you guys need this. But this actually came from Jean. She works for us. I tell people she's the shop mom.
She is good at looking out for people.
Yep. What are we making? We're making Christmas trees out of photo mailers. So these are the mailers when you order from JamiRayVintage.com. If you order a transfer, they come in these mailers. Or if you order stencils, you get them in these mailers.
All right, got the mold ready.
And we're just showing you how to reuse your garbage.
Then I knocked out the excess because I don't want cornstarch all over my mold.
Also, these mailers would be fabulous. If you go back to our Waste Not Wednesday from last year, we made ornaments where we stamped them and used molds
It's just
on cardboard, and we punched holes in them, made some darling ornaments that way. So it would be good to do that for your Christmas tree.
I may have to get a new pack of clay. I think this one got left out.
Okay.
Like, it's cold, but it's also feeling kind of dry. And on these, I don't know that that's going to work out.
Yeah. If you do have clay that gets dried out, you can put a wet paper towel or a baby wipe in there, and that will reconstitute it. So that's what we'll do this. Let me just finish this and I can get
We just may not have time to wait for that reconstitution.
Oh, today we don't have time now.
Actually, we got like 2 minutes.
We might have to take a little extra. People have been patiently waiting for
I
that.
know. I think we were a couple minutes late too.
Yes, we were today. Okay, I'm getting my little treetop there.
So these IOD molds have what's called a
The
micro
last time
rim.
we used this clay, it was fine. I don't think the Ziploc bag was fine.
Yeah, the Ziploc bag is, I think, on its end. It's been opened and closed too many times, and it's not holding. But the micro rim is great because you just push it in here, and then you can just take your finger or something like a flat scraper and go over the top of it, and it just gets it really nice and flush.
We don't have any in the shop. We can take some from back here. All right, fresh clay. Caitlin, would you take this out of inventory, por favor?
All right, I'm gonna put that
Yeah,
back in the
more.
bag so that it can get. Yeah, that bag's worn out. I don't think it's sealing.
My trees are pretty much done, so I'm just going to finish my ornaments. there's any questions. And Lisa says,
Oh yeah.
there I go, delving into old videos. Yep, we have some good ones in the Christmas. We have made many.
It's one of our favorite time of year, and also just lots of fun things you can do for art craft-wise.
Welcome, Rebecca. She says she is new to our channel. Thanks for being here.
Well, welcome. Hope you're enjoying it. The lives are most fun to catch live, but they're always fun to turn on the live chat and watch after on a replay too.
So if I was gonna sell a set of trees like this, I would say anywhere from $24 to $29 for a set of 3. And what you're paying for is more the time, because obviously the supplies don't cost much. But to do it right, it'd probably take you about an hour, plus the supplies. When you guys are crafting, make sure you are including your time when you're figuring out how much to price things at. Thanks, Caitlin. She took it out of stock. Okay, can you get that snowflake out?
That's going to be the trick, because the old clay is not
Coming out?
wanting to pop out good.
Just
and
use a
it's
different
so
one.
detailed. Shouldn't have used the old clay. Should have waited until it was softer.
That's okay.
Oh, the new side's coming out good.
Yeah, we're showing people what happens when you use new clay versus old clay. Keep your clay zipped up tight. The
Okay.
double Ziploc bag is better than...
I got it except for the ends, these 2 ends with the old clay.
That's all right. It's okay because you're going to paint it. Nobody's going to know. Oh, do you want to just hot glue them on? Because
Yeah,
that
I
will
can.
be faster.
We'll see if the hot glue works on a wet
I
mold.
think that it would. So take this tree off. You put your hand underneath it and just
Hang
flip
on,
it over.
I got a lot of places where I didn't scrape enough.
Rashonda, I said it not. She just joined us and she's late. Did you miss anything? I made, you'll want to watch the replay, I made these fabric trees. They're almost all the way done. I'm just adding embellishments. And we did it with photo mailers. So we just cut them into cone shapes.
I think I would almost be better off to just start over on this one.
What do you charge for my time? Well, so it kind of depends on what it is. I would say on crafting like this, probably about $20 an hour is what I try to make. But it depends on what I'm doing. That's why I don't do a lot of crafting, because I can usually make more money doing other things, but I like to craft. So I guess it just depends. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was doing a speaking engagement, I usually charge quite a bit, or if we're doing like special videos. But crafting is fun. It's like a jobby. So if I have the time to craft, then it's something I enjoy and make a little money for. Oh, I forgot to put some fabric.
Okay, I gotta just walk away. I'm trying to make it too perfect, and I'm gonna have to... I'll put this on the bottom.
Okay.
And I won't need this leg that crumbled
Let me
out.
just
'cause
put
I
a bunch
used
of
the
glue.
old
I
clay.
forgot to put the tail underneath on this rose, fabric rose. All right, there you go.
Okay.
I would suggest using Type-On 2 or Gorilla Glue adhesive, but in our case we're using hot glue because
That's what we have out.
ain't nobody got time to wait for glue to dry. We are now 9 minutes over the hour. And we have to paint at least some of it, or else it doesn't make sense. So if I were you, I definitely put some over that seam.
Yep. I'm about to crank a bunch out and let you glue them.
Rebecca, creative business, you have to be a creative business member. You sign up on YouTube under join, or is it join?
Yep. There's
There's
two
a
tiers.
link in every video. If you click the down arrow with the description box, there's a link to where you sign up for creative business. Once you've signed up and you've signed up to pay through YouTube, then you just email creativebusiness@jamirayvintage.com. You get with Mariah. She handles all that because she's way more organized than me.
She gets you set
And
up.
she will get you in the Facebook group.
And you also get all the regular channel member stuff, which I've been
right.
working on it at night, but I should have it done by next day or two. The
I'm gonna
printable.
paint that while you make another one.
I'm gonna make a bunch and have you just put them
Okay.
on.
Where's my?
We're gonna tag team it because
We are out of time.
let me eliminate
Where's
all
the
this
glue?
old. It's right here in front
Paint.
of me.
Paint, not glue.
All right.
Tag team. All right. So when it is still tacky, like it's not dry yet. You have to be super careful when applying paint because you don't want to mush the mold. It's much better just paint it or put the mold on, let it dry completely for a few hours, then paint it, but we don't have time for that. We're live, so I'm just going to push the paint down into it in a pouncing, gentle motion. And then I'll heat gun it. Again, if you did these with resin and you wanted to make them go over the edge, you just microwave it if it's already set up, or use it before it's all the way hard, and you can...
Yeah, demold it right away.
Yeah, you can demold them right away.
And they're pliable.
And they're pliable, yeah. The problem is, it takes a little bit for them to set up. So when you're live, sometimes you don't have time to do that. I've also been contemplating, I've talked to IOD about this, I need to get the final verdict, just making a bunch of resin molds of the molds that we can't get anymore, like making a bunch of snowflakes and then just selling just the snowflakes and trees and stuff, since we can't get any more molds. So that way if people want them for Christmas, they can buy just the resin impression. Okay, I'm trying to get all the paint, oops, there goes part of the... You probably should have used more glue on the edge of these.
Okay.
Because they might peel up. I'll use paint to kind of get down in all the cracks. All right, there it is painted.
These are delicate. I would vote resin on these.
Delicate, they're delicate flowers.
Okay, so this one came out
Godson says you can sell the resin pieces. All right, if we can get around to it, I will get some resin snowflakes and trees made. So for those of you that cannot get a hold of the molds, we can put them on our website and you guys can order them.
I just want you guys to see, can you see the detail on that?
Ginger, I don't know if you can use hot glue. Like, I wouldn't say it's a great application, but I have seen people do it. So I would assume that you can. I would assume it also takes a lot of hot glue.
Reaching over your hair. We had a stowaway.
Stowaway. Oh, they said put the snowflakes in the freezer and they're easier to remove. Good idea. All right, I've got a tail, so I'm ready to make this work. I'm making little smaller ones for this tree. Oh, I forgot. I've got Salty Kiss where I didn't want it. I gotta glue that down.
Oops, that one stuck to my finger. Oh.
I'm fixing a little situation where there was a slight amount of Salty Kiss on my finger. Now it's just a little thing. Dangerous to paint around fabric.
Whoa.
Get those
These hairs, alright, I'm gonna have to use a different glue. Like the hot glue is just dragging these and it's drying too fast before I can.
Alright, there's the problem is we don't have the construction piece.
I have it over here.
Yeah, but it's not the Gorilla Glue stuff.
This still works.
Alright, that one's down. There you go.
Are you winning?
Yeah. I got it down. But you can do...
Just needed more glue.
Yeah, you just needed to put more glue and then push it down kind of immediately. But I would make more of those snowflakes.
Yeah.
People are still watching their troopers.
They like to watch the train wreck at the end.
Alright, I would just heat gun these and let's just white wax them once it's dry. Because we can do the rest later. They'll get the idea. A little artist brush would probably be better than this stencil brush.
Back in action.
This is special. All right, ink on that. Good luck.
Why am I heating?
To dry it
There's
out.
a lot of paint.
Well, it took a lot of paint. Jane, we're glad we took your stress level out. Down a little. I think the stencil and the decoupage were definitely like a level 2 craft. This is like level 7.
I vote resin.
Crafting. I vote resin and not on live TV. It was a good idea in theory.
No, they turned out alright. They look good, but it's just with the clay, they're so detailed that you got to be real careful with them, because if you mush them at all, you're gonna mess with that detail.
Little pro tip: when you're all done with your glue, if you've got lots of glue strings, just use like a blow dryer or very carefully a heat gun, and you can kind of get rid of the glue strings. Yeah, you can use the molds to bake in or make chocolates. That's why they're silicone and they can go up to 425 degrees.
I thought it was 300.
Caitlin says 425.
Maybe they upped it with the new...
I don't know because I don't bake much. Could you use plaster of Paris? I would say no. I feel like that is just like, we tried like a plaster of Paris back in the day when we made appliques, which is what comes out of the molds when you put resin in them, and they just crumbled.
So here's the thing, the paper clay actually works really well on these and picks up the detail, but then when you're peeling it out, you have all these little skinny pieces that you got to be really delicate with. So just know that you got to be careful and it'll work.
All right, do you need the white wax? I would suggest...
We're splitting where I heated up the hot glue.
Okay, hold that together. Let me see if we have white wax. I would suggest using a stencil brush to white wax those.
Well, it's going to melt it because it's hot.
Yeah, let it cool down for just a second. Here's your white wax. There's a stencil brush right over there. Sorry, I was right by the camera, so if that was a little loud. You guys are all so welcome. Thanks for joining us. So if you're leaving because you're done watching us struggle, make sure you guys hit up JamiRayVintage.com for the paint and products and jrbhome.com for home decor. And if you'd like to buy grain sacks, JRB Home is where we keep all of our grain sacks. And don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more successes and more train wrecks.
You know, these are what we planned on doing. The molds were like an afterthought. We should have started with the molds. That way we gave them more time to set up and cure.
Well, you know. The fabric was what I wanted to do. I had seen some on the Pinterest. I don't know what they made their cones out of. Caitlin said she found where one of the owners of IOD said 425 works. Perfect. It says you need a blow dryer on the cold setting. That way it won't melt it.
Ain't nobody got time for cold settings.
Sorry, we got only time for hot. So I would suggest when you're putting these rosettes on your Christmas tree, you're going to start with larger ones on the bottom and get smaller as you go up top.
Do we have any paper towels or anything?
I probably am going to
so
swap
I can wipe
those.
this back?
What?
Something to wipe this back with?
Yep. Here's a paper towel right here. The white wax is really what brings it all together. That's going to need like 452 more snowflakes.
Or 8.
Okay.
We'll get it done.
What happens after this video is Zeb leaves, and then I finish the project.
It's a true story.
It's not like you leave to go do nothing. You leave to go finish the farmhouse. I was going to move those, but that's not going to happen.
All right, so there's the snowflakes. Imagine the whole thing covered with them.
And then imagine it with these. I actually think this.
Oh, we didn't get the
hold
little
that-
salt box houses.
Oh, that's okay.
She'll
All
take
right.
a picture
Hold
and you can
that
see
other
it
one up
later.
so they can see this trio together. I'm gonna finish this tree and it's gonna be covered in molds. And then I've got this trio pretty much done. Okay, out of the three, my favorite is definitely the ruffle tree, so I'm gonna have to make
It
some
actually
more of
looks
those.
like a tree.
But I think the combo of the three together is good. I like different textures.
Yeah.
But hopefully this inspires you to find fun and creative ways to reuse your cardboard scraps, your cardboard mailers that you're getting this time of year. Make sure you're hitting up Jami Ray Vintage and jrvhome.com. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more.
DIY.
Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Can you reach?
Yep. Maybe.